Dr. Drew said it's okay to bend to the left. You'll hear all about it on Loveline, coming up next.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content.
Loveline. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, welcome to Loveline. Tonight our special guest, Rob Schneider. My name is Diane Farr, and here are the men of Loveline, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Over there. Well, talking to people behind. All right, he's pissed off just by coming out here. Oh, Adam. He walks out here, he's pissed off.
I was worried sick.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Once in a while, I meander over to Drew's side just to chew the cud over there, and I didn't see you.
I'm sorry.
Where were you?
I'm touched, though, that you care.
Well, no, I was pissed off. I
know you
was going to hold up the show. I was starting to go look for you. Hey, welcome to Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Diane Farr over here. Dressed like one of the chicks from Whoville. The Grinch that stole Christmas.
Right, with the...
Oh, with the fur.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss put it. Dr. Seuss needed to get a little low cut into some of his drawings, you know, show a little cleavage. I would have got even higher ratings on those shows. Something for Pops to enjoy while Junior was watching the Grinch.
The amazing thing, Adam, is those were books before they were TV shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Green Eggs and Ham was a book before they...
Grinch book.
All right. You know I don't like to read, Drew. What are we going to do tonight?
Audience.
That's
Phone.
right.
I may go to the audience and then Rob Schneider.
There's another crappy dimension. And here's something that's not a crappy dimension, though. Rob Schneider will be out here in just a few moments. All righty. We are going to start off by going to the Easy Bake Oven, where Kim resides. Kim's 24 and has a question. Kim?
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, I've been married for 5 years, and my husband just up and left me 3 weeks ago. And that was quite a shocker for me and left me high and dry. So I don't have anywhere to go. So I have to move in with my parents, and they live in a different state.
Hang on a second. Why did he leave?
I don't know.
He gave you no explanation?
No explanation whatsoever. He won't speak to me. And
How was the relationship going before that?
I thought it was perfectly fine. I mean, we've been together for 7 years.
You sound rather matter-of-fact. You have kids?
No.
You sound rather matter-of-fact about this. I'd be awfully pissed off.
Where is he?
Right now he's on a vacation.
With whom?
About 9 of his friends.
Guys.
Ski trip.
No new woman or anything like that?
I think there might be somebody there, but he won't. He's totally denying it.
Did he take all of his things?
Yeah. He walked out on me, left me.
I understand. It's just that you take it so light. I mean, that's
We're
got to
not-
be.
It's been tough the past 3 weeks. Really has.
Okay, so you're just doing this for just to keep things together. You're sort of staying away from your feelings about this right now.
Well, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying not to get all
Kim,
emotional.
I don't want to get you to do anything you don't want to do, but it's better TV if you cry.
Okay,
Isn't it higher
I
ratings
can
if
make
she
that
breaks
happen.
down? Blames all men?
What is your question specifically? I'm not clear what you're asking.
Okay, my question is, I've had to live with some friends since I basically was kicked out because of him, of where we were living. I've been living with some friends, and I met one of their neighbors. And he's the same age, and he's very attractive, and we've just become very attracted to each other. He knows my situation, and I've never had sex with anyone besides my husband. And
So you need a life preserver.
and
right now.
I'm leaving the state in a week, and I want to have sex with this guy.
All right, but Kim, I still want to backtrack for a second here because I can't get over this guy just walking out.
Let me just put this one
wasn't
aside.
I talking?
You can, but let me just end this question.
I know I can talk when I'm in my car, but I'm going to do it on the damn show.
Let me just finish. It's that people use their sexuality as a way of dealing with negative feelings, and that's okay at this point in time. If you need that contact, that's probably okay right now.
Yeah.
I would much prefer you have this and then leave the vicinity than be stuck in a relationship,
no.
and then be stuck in a relationship that is just, again, a hostage situation to try to help you deal with the pain that you're going through right
Kim
now.
will not be able to have sex with this guy and leave.
Well,
She's going to get sucked
not.
in.
I
Yep.
think I can.
All right,
Because
anyway.
I'm not coming back.
If we were to speak to him, Kim,
Yes.
and we were to say, why did you end your marriage, what would his answer be?
Because he wants to be by himself and be able to go places and do things without having someone else.
Has he been telling
in
you
his
that
life.
for a long time?
No.
And why did you get thrown out of your apartment?
We were living with someone because we had just gone through a lot of stuff and we were living with somebody.
Hold
and
on. What
Just
was
for the
the-
next couple months.
What was the stuff you went through?
Just lots of stuff.
Like what?
It had to be pretty big stuff, Kim. You didn't own a place together, which
We-
sort of precurses
we
somebody's
did own
leaving.
a place together.
What's the stuff you went through?
We don't have a house anymore.
What's the stuff you went through?
Well, we had financial problems, so we lost our house.
Why? What happened?
Because we just, I was laid off from my job, and he works, and we just had a really expensive lifestyle that we couldn't keep up anymore.
Like what? Like cocaine?
drugs?
Or
No,
like,
no. Drugs have nothing to do with this at all.
Why don't you want to talk about it then if it's
It's no big
nothing out
deal.
of the normal?
Well, it's just normal. I was young when I got into this relationship. I was only 19 when I got married,
Right.
and I think I was really naive going into it, and
What was it that you learned later? Oh man, this is like a Rubik's Cube.
Oh my
Forget it.
God.
I'm
What-
done. I'm bored.
I think Kim,
What was it you
Kim
learned about him?
knows that maybe she did something wrong.
No,
and the guy
what was it you
left.
learned about him that you were so naive about at the beginning?
because he's older than me,
How much older?
5 years,
Okay, and?
and he's experienced a lot more than I have,
Yeah.
and he says he wants his freedom, and I don't think I tied him down at all. I
Okay, but
mean,
this isn't,
we-
you're getting
No,
away from
forget it.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
answering the
done.
question.
I'm
Hey, can we just fill that thing with water and drown it? Would the water leak out, you think?
Only you can
That's
hear
rating.
me.
Listen, the poor girl's been through hell and I still want to kill her.
All right.
Go have sex with the neighbor and then go home.
Okay.
But deal with reality on
Fine.
reality's terms.
We
Somebody's
didn't
talking
get any
But it's
reality.
just
know.
hard because I've had so much emotional stuff, and I just.
I know, but Kim,
All right,
we
but you
can't.
gotta talk, or-
We got to find out what that is in order to understand what your reality is. So
Hey, look,
far,
your logic is like you go to the dentist and go, listen, I really don't want you effing around with my mouth because I'm in a lot of pain. You understand, I hope.
Right.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut here.
No, I mean.
How do you fix the tooth? You going to open up?
no.
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 Okay, fine. Have
No.
sex with the neighbor guy, go back home, start a new life. Don't call him the show anymore.
Ow. Thanks.
Do we have any kind of screening process on this show, Drew?
Strangely, I like Kim.
You do?
I like her too. She's
You're
she's
fixer.
a happy
I
girl.
know. Yeah.
Drew's attracted because he's a
That's right.
fixer.
That's right. Let's go to the wall of shame. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Nick.
Okay, how's it going?
Okay.
I seem to have a problem with scratching my testicles morning, noon, and night. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what it is.
It's not
I
just
don't-
that you're grabbing; they actually itch, and
No,
you
itch.
they itch.
Yeah.
Is there a rash?
I don't know. That's
Is this something
why-
new?
It's gone on for about 5 months now.
Do they really burn?
They don't burn, but like, they just scratch. I just have to do it.
Because they itch.
Yeah.
Did you just start working out?
Did I just start working out? No, I've been working out for about 1.5 years now.
Why'd you ask that?
Sweat. Like
Yeah.
if
Well,
like
yeah.
sweat or not having
Well, I mean,
time
I've been
boxers.
working out hard, like really hard, for like about 6 months.
There are funguses. You notice anything on your leg or in your groin at all?
No, not at all.
There are funguses that it can appear just on the anywhere in that area, and when they're on the testes, sometimes they're more difficult to see. They just
Yeah.
can create a red hue to the skin, and it can be pretty itchy. I mean, get some Lotrimin or Mycotin or one of these over-the-counter antifungal creams. See if that
Does
doesn't
that
take
kill
care of it.
crabs too?
Well, that's the other question: is
Oh,
whether
yes.
whether there's something sexually transmitted here. Is that
Yeah.
any new sexual contacts? anything?
I don't think so at all, because the only girl that I've ever been with,
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if it's true, but she promised me that she's only been with me. So
Well,
I don't
how long
know
ago
if-
was
I don't know
that?
for a fact, but
How long ago was that?
Oh.
That contact.
about 4 months ago.
So you were already scratching before
Yeah,
the contact.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the other two things. Occasionally, herpes will create just a superficial
Itching.
eruption. Yeah, that you again don't really
But
see
there's
the
nothing
vesicle.
That when it
down
lasts
there.
for 6
You can,
months.
he doesn't see it. Yeah, it can sometimes be kind of
Doesn't
tricky.
see it.
And
You would
or
see it.
crabs is the other thing that can create these persistent.
Wouldn't you
rashes.
see it? I mean, if there's no redness, no irritation.
Yeah,
No
but
chafing?
I had sex with my girlfriend like 4 months ago, but it happened like It started happening
No,
like
we got
6
that,
months
but
ago.
Adam is asking you don't see any rash at all? Nothing you can see?
No,
And you've looked, right?
yeah.
You've checked it out.
you
I'm
stood
good
on a
with this
mirror?
sweating theory.
Stood on a mirror.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My bathroom floors.
It's a mirror?
Well, I tried the mirror, but I broke the mirror, so I got polished aluminum. And it makes my penis look bigger because it's sort of warped in a weird way. I look down, look back, it's like, a Pink Floyd record cover or something. It's one big, huge penis. It's great. I can't even see my head sometimes. Yeah, you should all do that.
Nick, check out the antifungal creams first, okay? And
Should I just check out my local doctor? Or what?
well, of course, but I mean, keep things dry because the whole area can become what's called macerated when it's wet, and fungus loves that. Yeast, tinea, all this stuff. So.
Heat rash, maybe.
Yeah.
Dump some talc down there. That's what I do. I talc up.
Lotrimin, Mycotin, these are all good antifungal creams.
Can't talc be bad for you there?
In women, there's a concern that it could increase risk of pelvic cancers.
Yeah. I don't let the chicks around the genitalia, though, so it's not a problem for them.
We're
yeah,
safe.
but it just
Yeah.
seems hard to like if I ever have like another girlfriend, like I don't want to be sitting in my bed like scratching my
Hey,
testicles, you know?
Nick, then see the doctor. For God's sakes, you waited 6 months, okay?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Maybe
All right.
a little Prozac would do something, too, because this may be psychological. All right. Our guest, I was going to say our next guest, but we only got one. That's right. He's enough for 2 shows. We met when we were doing Letterman.
Conan.
I mean, Conan. I'm doing Letterman.
I know.
Not you.
I know.
Just me. You hear that, everybody? Big A. Flying solo, everyone. You better hope it don't go well, Drew. That means you're out. Cut you right out of the show. Like a cancerous tumor.
Well, I
Anyway.
wouldn't call yourself the big A on the show
Yeah.
if you wanted to go well.
Thank you. Thanks for the tip. All right, we met him when we were doing Conan.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a great guy. We're talking in the dressing room, invited him on the show, and here
showed
he
up.
is today. Rob Schneider.
Good to see you, Big Big. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, Adam,
Yeah.
Dr. Drew, Diane, I think those last 2 questions are related.
Yes.
The woman who's abandoned and then the guy with the itchy testicles.
And
And I think that there's some relation. I don't know exactly.
just don't know what it is, but it's there somewhere.
I think maybe...
Well, we could make it happen backstage, probably.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny I said Big A because we can talk about Big Daddy right now.
Okay, with Adam Sandler film.
That's right.
June
now,
25th.
Now, how you guys have heard of Adam Sandler? You're in the last one, The Waterboy.
The Waterboy, yes.
And how many other Adam Sandler movies have you been in?
This is just the second one. He's asked me to do all of them, but I had other things doing. But, you know, I think my timing's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Talk about being friends with the guy at the right time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's doing all
Yeah,
right.
what the hell's the matter with you?
Why can't I
Like
get
you're-
something going and
yeah,
invite you in on
sure.
it?
Why can't you help your friends to become rich and
Diane,
famous?
Looking for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
We're gonna
don't you
form a
get
line.
something going and invite me to the party for a change? What's the movie about?
He gets a kid, and he's to impress his girlfriend. He gets a kid to show that he's responsible. And
Right.
I play the Russian delivery guy. Makes perfect sense. And man, I'm just basically at the house all the time. And he doesn't know how to take care of the kid. The kid wets the bed, and he just puts newspaper down and goes back to bed.
Now, kid can't crap in the box? They can't train the kid? Drew, you have 3 boxes at your house with the triplets,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Now, when it comes to the Russian accent, did they have it in the script that they need a guy who does a Russian accent, or is that something you brought to it?
Well, they had a vague idea, and I just said, there's a place up in San Francisco with this Russian guy who's my waiter. He's got like a big ink stain right here, and I said, this is the guy. So I started doing this thing with him, getting the voice, and it was pleasurable.
And he's a waiter at your restaurant?
He's a waiter at the restaurant that I go to, Cafe Freddy's up in San Francisco. And he had the big ink stain right there and like the pen marks everywhere. And it was perfect. I said, this is my guy. So I got my I said, all I need for my costume is a big ink stain on my shirt. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's take care of some of our friends. Angela's over in the Easy Bake Oven. Angela's 18 years old and has a problem she can communicate, I hope. Angela?
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question about, I'm dating my ex-boyfriend. We're actually having sex right now. Well, not right now, but and currently. And
He's a small guy.
and I started dating this new guy recently for the past 2 months, and I recently found out that he has a girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
And I really like the new guy, and I don't want to be alone, and I'm wondering whether I should give this new guy the ultimatum, like, you know, break up with your girlfriend or else, and then before I stop having sex with my ex-boyfriend.
Why is it so unpleasant to be alone that you'd rather have these sort of half relationships?
Well, I honestly, I don't know. But I guess because my ex-boyfriend, the one I'm still seeing, I was with him for 4 years.
Since
So
you were
it's kind of-
14. How old is he?
Hold on a second. Let me chime in. Everyone, read the chyron up there for a second with the ... and the help at the end. Don't put that in, you goofy segment producers. That's retarded. It's like Sally Jesse Raphael or something. Sleeping with two guys so she's not alone. Help.
I think the guy is right, Dr. Drew over there. I mean, I know it's my first time on the show. And I know this is my first advice sexually to anybody. But I think I'm pretty qualified to give some advice here. I think you got to get to know yourself a little bit. I think that's the problem here is not the two guys.
And it's, you know, it's ironic that she wants to give a guy an ultimatum about sleeping with two people while she's sleeping with two people.
Yeah. And how old was the guy when you started dating him?
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
The old one, I was 14 and he was 15.
Okay. And so you've never really been without a boyfriend, right?
No, I haven't.
Angela, it's much less scary than the threat of losing someone you dislike that you go to bed with and someone that you do like that you'll never have because he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, you know, I don't know exactly what's going on with you, Angela, but one thing is for sure, you need to regroup,
And
be
spend
alone, spend some time by
alone.
yourself, develop a relationship with friends, figure out who you are, what kind of guy you want in a relationship, and don't be so fearful of being alone.
Drew, it's
not
always
that
funny
bad.
when you tell someone to regroup but do it alone. How can you regroup with nothing but
I
yourself?
usually say get some intimate relationships with friends, people that you
Right.
can really contact.
Family,
with support,
anyone.
family.
I think until you be by yourself and you're happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with either of these guys, it sounds like.
That's right.
Very good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Jenny,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Okay. Recently, I was with this guy for the first time, and I was giving him oral sex, and the side of my mouth kind of like cramped up, and then my mouth wouldn't close. It got stuck, and
Lockjaw?
yeah, and he had to take me to the emergency room, and we had to tell the doctors what happened, and it was really embarrassing and all that. But my question is, I was just wondering, would this happen every time? Did I do something wrong? Is there something I can do so I don't get locked out every time? Or
Hold on.
Was it over 6 hours?
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
What a... This is all...
This is good.
Yeah.
You like
seen
this
this.
question.
Yeah. If a chick got lockjaw with me, every time she exhaled, she would whistle, so it'd be that much more embarrassing. All right, Jenny, we'll take a break, then we'll come back.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day. 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
We're online with Rob Schneider. When we left off, we were speaking to Jenny. Jenny got lockjaw when she was performing oral sex on her boyfriend and then went to the hospital, right?
That's what you got to do.
You do.
You have to do that.
Now, during the commercial break, you were not performing oral sex, right?
no.
All right, checking.
And was his penis still in there when you got to the hospital?
No.
No. Okay. Because could you imagine her on the gurney with him on top? And,
Oh, come on. I think Jenny's been embarrassed
Okay.
enough. Let's give her some info.
What was the question again?
why do you have to go to the hospital when you
Will
get
this
lost?
happen
Because
again?
your jaw dislocates and the muscle spasm, and you have to get. Did they give you IV Valium or something?
And yeah, they gave me a muscle relaxer.
Yeah, they give you IV Valium,
No,
and they have to,
can't-
and then you have to go in with considerable force and go unlock the jaw.
And then they
But
tell
can't you
you,
learn a place to crack it back in when you start to know it's going?
You have to know the signs so you don't put yourself in a
So
position where that can
where it
happen.
gets
It's a
that far.
dislocation, yeah. And people that get this typically get TMJ syndrome. You ever heard of that? Temporomandibular joint syndrome and arthritis in this joint.
Yeah.
It's kind of unpleasant, so you have to be very careful with this, all right?
Okay.
But her question was, will this happen every time?
Every time you are going to be more prone to dislocation of the jaw. And anytime you leave your mouth wide open for a long period of time, it's going to something's going to happen.
Imagine if she got carpal tunnel syndrome. This guy'd be out of luck. Mouth ain't working, hands on the fritz. Put some porno on, eh?
but the job problem, you got to finish the job you start, though, Jenny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back. What? No, I'm sorry.
But
You should be talking to your dentist about getting a bite plate you can use with it at night to help. Again, things that you can do to keep this jaw from further
I
deteriorating.
hope
this
he's
joint.
understanding, though. I hope your boyfriend's understanding. You know,
Yeah,
he says,
yeah.
hey, I don't care if you got a problem or not, honey. We're in a relationship, and you're gonna, you know. No, but I hope he'll be understanding.
But
He was
Jenny,
nice about it.
were you down there for an
Long
period of time?
Oh, not really. I mean,
10 minutes?
no, less than that. But
All right, so you then she's got a problem, and he's not exceptionally girthy.
no.
No, so it's not him, and it's not you. It's a problem
It's
with
her
your jaw.
joint. It's her joint. Do you chew a lot of gum?
Yes, I do.
Do you grind your teeth at night?
No.
Okay, you got to learn some jaw hygiene. You really got to talk to your dentist. Okay,
Okay.
I'm serious. That sounds funny, but this when you're older could be a real serious problem for you.
All right, Melissa is on the phone. Melissa,
Hi.
hey.
Hey, okay, I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years now, and about a week ago I came home and I found an empty condom wrapper in the toilet bowl.
Oh,
Yeah, and I got angry, I'll admit, but I went into the bedroom and I asked him, what the hell's this? And he said that he got very defensive very fast. And he said that, oh, well, I was just blowing it up. I wanted to see how much air I could get in with it.
oh my God! Is he a
Yeah.
bad
How
lad?
much hot air he
So,
could get into it.
Oh my
And he
God.
smelled differently. He not so much like a perfume,
Oh.
just smelled differently than usual.
Melissa.
Oh, you can smell them down the block after
Yeah.
that. You
And,
know.
Oh.
So basically what I want to know is how can I get him to tell me the truth about his flushing balloons?
Flushing balloons?
Did you say you were out of town,
No.
or you don't live with your boyfriend?
No, I do live with my boyfriend.
Oh,
I had
boy.
come home and he was sleeping in the bedroom. And I went to go to use the restroom, and when I lifted the toilet bowl, because we have a dog, we keep it shut.
Where had you been?
I was over at my mom's actually doing my laundry.
So you just been gone for a short period of time.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours. But he was at work, and he said he'd only been home for about a half an hour. But
Do you have any reason to suspect that he'd be cheating other than this?
not really.
What do you mean, not really?
Well, when we first started dating, there was kind of an issue because he said that he had been with other women, and we later found out that he wasn't. And when he and I became sexually active, it was almost obvious that he was a virgin. He didn't quite know what to do with what.
You're like, hey, my ear. Well, yeah.
Well, there are two ways of looking at this, Melissa. You can be A, mad that he's cheating on you, or B, a little happy that at least he's being safe without you.
Wear a
Yeah.
condom.
Well, put the condom
Wait
on.
a minute, maybe he's really not.
Do you guys use a condom in your lovemaking?
Yeah, we do.
You do.
So,
All right. So he's no stranger to the condom.
Well, see, what was odd about it is that we had just bought a brand new package of them. And one of the reasons I was mad, it was because, they're expensive, and I asked him, do I have
It's
do I
not
put
the
it over
cheating,
my
it's the
forehead?
$150. You do have a, you do have a
Well,
point.
Like, I
Melissa's
couldn't
right.
notice that the condom was missing.
Some of those ones can be pretty expensive, the super thin ones. Come on.
Yeah.
wait a minute, though. If he was masturbating with a condom on, he'd never want to admit that.
He wouldn't want
I
to
don't
admit it,
think.
but he would have. You'd know it if that was a part of his
Repertoire.
masturbatory repertoire. So he is not doing this. is he a real prankster? I mean,
No.
is he the kind of guy who would blow up a condom?
Well,
Yeah, all right. You don't believe it.
no.
Now, as far as the smell thing, that doesn't really hold up because once.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Once you decided he cheated, all
Now,
sorts of other things came
okay.
in. You didn't
That's true.
smell anything on your way to the bathroom. You smelt it on the way back. You know what I'm talking about?
The whole thing has a real bad feel to it. That's all I can say.
What does your gut tell you,
Real
Melissa?
bad.
Well, my gut tells me that to kind of stick it out because he's never pulled anything, and he doesn't seem like the type of guy who would cheat on me. We've been friends for a long time before we were lovers, and he never seemed to be that way. But my first instinct walking in the door and seeing that was, hello, red flags.
Does he does he work with anybody you're suspicious of?
No, he works with mainly just guys. So
But if she
no
was
women
Even
that
worse.
no, I know he doesn't
she-
bat for that team.
If she was just at her mother's doing laundry, it'd be a really stupid. You know what? I think if you want to stick this out for a while, stick it out
Keep
for a
your
while.
eyes
Keep the
open.
red flag
Oh,
up
yeah.
and just look because. I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the idea that the guy wasn't that much of a ladies' man if he was lying and saying that he had been with women and she was
He's a
actually
virgin,
the first.
He's young.
Yeah.
He has a history of lying, and he really didn't come up with a good excuse as to
And he
why
may-
the condom
and he
wrapper was
may
in there,
ha-
and he seemed to get real nervous.
And he may have
But he lied to make himself look better. This made him look.
I mean, she had a. Well, I don't know. Just keep your eyes open.
Keep your
okay?
eyes open.
All right.
All right.
All right, we didn't help her at all.
That doesn't sound like a winner.
Really, I hate to tip off any women when it comes to this, but the tip goes to guys too, and it's kind of BS, but it'll work, which is you pick the name of his best friend, Steve, and a week later you go, listen, I talked to Steve. And he goes, huh? What? Yeah, I think you know what we're talking about. Steve told me about you. And whatever. And he'll yell, that son of a bitch, Steve, I'm going to kill him. And then he's out.
You're in, yeah.
Right.
I think this guy wants to get caught. This guy.
No, this whole thing is a bad
interesting,
feel.
yeah,
We
if
have
he
no
floated
way of
the
knowing
thing
what
in
the
there.
hell's going on there. Just a bad feel.
I do the best friend ploy.
Easy
Tell
bake
him.
oven. Let's go.
Denise is over there. She's 19 years old. We're really making a few trips to the oven.
Hi.
I thought I'd like to stick my head in the oven after our last few trips to the oven. I really would.
Yes.
Denise?
Hi. I recently tried ecstasy for my first time, and I loved it. I can't stop thinking about it. I crave it all the time, and I've experimented on other drugs before, and it's never made me feel like this. I was wondering, can I be addicted to it for like the first time I've done it?
Okay.
So have you only done it one time, though, right?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting question.
Okay. Drew, you have lots of thoughts about ecstasy?
Yeah.
I know it's a safe and effective herbal medication. Drew has other thoughts. We'll talk about it after the break.
I'm Andrew Keegan from 10 Things I Hate About You, and you're watching me on Loveline on MTV.
You can email us your questions at loveline3@aol.com. Please include your phone number.
More Love Line with Rob Schneider. Big Daddy's the name of the movie, out in June. Little Adam Sandler joint. All right, Denise is 19. She stuffed an easy bake oven. She tried the ecstasy once. She loved it, and now thinks she may be addicted to it.
Yeah, Denise, that when people say to me, I love the experience of that drug, that is a sort of threshold experience for addiction in some situations. Marijuana addiction typically occurs that way. People could sort of smoke it a couple times, nothing really happens. Then around the third or fourth time, they have this incredible euphoria, and they love it. It's the best thing that ever happened to them. And just as you're preoccupied with it, they preoccupy about it every day. I have never dealt with this particular experience with ecstasy, but it makes sense to me that it could do the same sort of thing. It's an amphetamine that's been altered in such a way as to give it hallucinogenic properties. I have seen addiction to ecstasy, and it is a mess, okay? The more we learn about this drug, the more it seems to be that this is a drug that does damage to the brain. The people I've seen are paranoid, like somebody strung out on speed, and they're disorganized and sort of out of touch with reality from the hallucinogenic effects. It's devastating. So I understand that this was an incredible experience, but you have to find a way to contain this. And it's not going to go away quickly. You're going to be thinking about it and preoccupied with it for a long time.
Really?
All right? It's a serious issue. Is there alcoholism in your family somewhere?
No.
When did you do it for the one and only time?
I did it on New Year's.
There you go.
About a
So you
week.
went out dancing, you had a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
There you go. I think you're associating part of it, the good time you
With
had with
the
that,
drug,
with
right?
that high, and like, you know.
I mean, I've never felt that before. It was just like I've experimented on other drugs, and I would totally.
Yeah, but you experimented with other drugs on a Tuesday in the middle, of March, you know.
Right.
But Rob brings up a good point, which is balloons falling from the ceiling, and
Yeah.
It's a
That's
great
true.
evening, and it's so happy.
having a good
now
time,
The
yeah.
drug allowed you to be this happy.
you may have had a good time on a couple of shots of tequila, too.
Have you been depressed?
No. Not
Everything else okay otherwise?
Yeah.
No medical problems? No medication you take?
No.
Denise, come on.
Yeah.
You're sinking in there.
No, I mean, I've experimented on other drugs.
We got that part.
Let
We're
me
just
ask
trying to
you
ask
something,
Denise
Medication.
if you're okay on a day-to-day basis without any drugs. Denise?
Can I-
Yeah, I could be. Yeah.
Can I ask you
Well,
something,
Denise,
Denise?
wait a minute. That's a very strange answer.
Can I ask you something, Denise? Is there anything else in your life that you're really, really excited about?
Not really.
Okay, I think there's something there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you sound kind of depressed if you can't find any other enjoyment out of life other than the preoccupation with a substance. But you sure there's no grandparents, aunts, uncles with alcoholism?
No, not alcohol. No.
What, drug
Drugs?
addiction?
Yeah, drugs. Yeah.
Stop using the damn alcoholism.
It's the same. It's the
Drew,
same.
explain
disease.
what you want alcoholism to be called. This is good.
Reward activation disorder.
Right.
That's
Which
what I-
is, it's not alcoholism.
It's the
It's rad.
Right. It's the activation system of the brain that is genetically predisposed to a certain kind of conditioning by certain chemicals. Alcohol, the most
So
common.
you've had family members that were junkies or strung out on something.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
Denise,
So
this
you
is-
have that,
You
too.
have that gene, Denise. This is the beginning of something very serious here. Okay.
And
You've
it
got
sounds
to
like
look
maybe
into
a
this.
little bit of an abandonment issue
Well,
to deal
if
with as
you've
well.
had addicted parents, abandonment for sure a big part of her emotional construct.
Because she just sounds
Depressed.
depressed.
Yeah, that's right.
Beyond the addiction.
Absolutely. And if you're depressed and you find something that works and makes you feel okay again,
Yeah.
it's hard to talk somebody out of that. Please, Denise, get an evaluation. This may be a threshold for you, that a crossroad where you may be heading down a
just go
path. that
to
would-
like Al-Anon or Coda or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, if your family was addicted to drugs, you're going to need to deal with that.
Absolutely, and she
would be the
doesn't
best
sound like
way
she's
to
in a
start.
place to start with any sort of real recovery. But
And I would
No,
say,
Al-Anon,
if
I
there's
think
something
would-
that excites you, though, that is, whether some subject in school or something that you like that'll be healthy for
Right.
you, I would
Right.
go in that area.
I want to share for a minute. I was going down the same road that Denise was when I was a couple years younger than her, and then I found masturbation. And I realized here's something,
Here's something for me.
no hobby. Don't laugh. Here's something I can really sink my teeth into. I mean, this is a reason to live, and I'm not going to get myself all effed up and abandon my penis. You know what I mean? You talk to junkies and they go, I was this close to kill myself, and then I looked in the eyes of my 8-month-old infant and knew that I had to sober up. I looked into my penis and said, it's time to put down the bottle and pick up the penis.
whatever you say, Adam.
I think he's right.
We got to move on. Go to Jason. Jason, what's up?
I've been seeing my girlfriend now for almost 3 years, and due to my lack of stamina when I'm with her, I can't seem to make her have an orgasm.
Right.
She's how old?
She's 18.
And so you aren't able to bring her to climax during intercourse?
Yeah, and this.
Do you understand that that's most women her age don't climax during intercourse at all?
Wait, if she's been having sex for 3 years?
I can make her have an orgasm by oral sex.
That's right.
Right.
That's correct. And
But
that's pretty much the norm. That most women that age.
How quickly do you ejaculate?
Like 5 minutes.
That's him.
Sometimes less.
Sometimes one.
And this is the only girl that's.
Doesn't it take
really ever
more than a
made me
minute for it to
orgasm
travel down the urethra? It takes some. It gets held up somewhere.
Yeah.
Jesse James.
Jason, what have you tried to stop this? Do you masturbate regularly?
Yeah, I've masturbated before sex. I've tried ice. I've taken
ice.
I've done tons of things. I've taken garlic pills.
Okay, and what about if you have...
Save one and stuff it down there. Forget about taking them. That's not going to do it.
If you ejaculate, how long is it before you can have another erection?
15 minutes.
Hey.
15, 20 minutes.
You should be able to keep her occupied and interested for 15 minutes.
How long
and
have you
go
guys?
Again.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
Almost 3 years. We've been living together for a year.
Okay. Now, but you do regularly make her orgasm orally?
Yeah, of course.
She's not happy with that?
Yeah, she's happy with that. I'm not happy with that.
Where's the problem?
I'm not happy with the stamina situation. I've never had this stamina problem with any other girl in my life.
Well, Jason, I think that there's a huge amount of weight when you tell someone that, when you tell yourself that you have a problem, that you're not going to lose that problem until you tell yourself it's okay to have that problem. Just get over the fact that you think you can't do this.
Something, Diane.
Like if you have intercourse, it lasts 3.5 minutes, you keep her interested for 15, you start again, it will start to change. It's got to be a confidence thing on your part.
Right.
Also, I think
I try, but she doesn't let me like have sex more than once. You know, and then we.
You know what, though? There might be something to the fact that
may
if
not be
she
nuts
believes
about it.
that you're doing this just to keep her interested, you have to let her know that you are still interested and you want to do this because you enjoy her.
Yeah, but
not that it's a ritual or a
again, this is
task.
something about his sense of his own self-worth. It's not something that she needs to be gratified in this relationship.
Maybe, yeah.
It's all his thing.
No, and the way he worded it, I can't make her have an orgasm.
Right. It's all wrong. That's not right. She's functioning fine. She's happy. You have something you can work on, but don't make it a big issue that she feels she's responsible for.
It's either that or maybe, Jason, you can't make her have an orgasm and that makes you a bad person.
Does in
Maybe
my
that's
book. All right, let's move on.
Scarlett.
Scarlett is on the phone. Scarlett?
Hi.
Hi.
What's up? What's going on?
Scarlett?
Not much. This is my question. During sex with my boyfriend, he likes to bite me. And one time he bit me 5 times on my arm. And it was so bad I had to keep an ice pack on it for 3 days. What is wrong with him, and how can I keep him from biting me?
Well, is his first name Vlad?
I'm beginning to think he does have a vampire complex, though.
All right, I'll tell you what. We're going to take ourselves a break. I'm going to force myself to vomit during the break, and then this disgusts me. And then we'll come back and answer the question.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day. 323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
I don't know, but it was, the mouth. All right, we're back with more Loveline. Rob Schneider is our guest tonight. Scarlett is still on the phone. Scarlett's boyfriend bites her when they have sex, and it's getting to the point where it's getting to be
physically debilitating.
Human bites are very dangerous. They're one of the worst bites you can possibly get. They get severely infected very easily.
Now, you don't like this, right? It doesn't give you pleasure?
No, it doesn't. But the bad thing about it was the first time it happened, I laughed about it.
Oh.
And then I told him, I said, you bite me again, and we're finished. We're through. No more. And what's strange is that all of my friends that have met him, half of them like him and think that he's really nice. My brother met him and told me that he was a really nice guy and that he was friends with him. And then the rest of my friends are like scared because they think one day they're going to wake up and find me chopped up into little pieces in a box.
What are they picking
That's
up
good,
on
Scarlett. Now, what happened after the first time when you made this very strong threat and didn't live up to it?
He hasn't done it since then.
So he's bit you twice?
Well, the first time he done it, he bit me 5 times,
and that's when you told him never again.
Right.
And he's
never done it again.
No, and he
And how
acted,
long ago was this?
Okay, he acted like
How long ago?
It was a month.
All right, so he hasn't done it in a month.
Right.
Okay, well.
But he talks about it. Next time I bite you. And I'm like, no, there's not going to be a next time.
Do you like him?
Yeah. What
You like this guy?
Did the court force you two to live together or something? You gotta wonder, why hang out?
What are you getting out of this relationship besides the occasional bite?
And the fear of imminent, like,
Doom.
further biting.
Do you like this guy? Seriously, Scarlett?
I do like him as a person, but I don't know how to handle his sexual habits. I mean, his mother told me he's taking, like, classes to control his anger.
Oh, boy. Scarlett.
Yeah, listen, when his own mom is dropping a dime on him,
You think I should let
you know,
him?
when his own mom pulls you inside the kitchen and goes, listen, I know he's my son, but
I gotta tell you, he's a freak.
bad seed. Yeah, I mean,
2 words, get out.
Yeah,
I've been trying, but I'm his mom.
That's great that he's looking into this, but Scarlett, be very careful. He may
This is
have some
not-
explosive emotional material there that your friends are picking up on that you don't see that may come out and be horrible.
Yeah, and generally anyone that threatens that they one day will hurt you in a way that they know bothers you, it's a good time to leave. Like, just on a general note.
yeah. It doesn't sound like you're into it. So get out. Listen to the friends that want you out and not to the ones that don't.
I don't hear enough of saying to stay with this guy.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Right. It's easy. Drew, hold that book up, would you?
There you go.
Hey, that's nice. Well, we finally found something Drew can do on the show. All right, we're going to give this book to our guests because, well, really, quite frankly, we wanted to plug the book.
And I need it.
But Rob's in a relationship, and God knows he's a comedian, so it means he's a little bit nuts. So I know he could use the good, heartfelt advice that's in the book.
I love the show. You guys do a great job. And it's also entertaining.
Thank you.
I love the show. Big fan.
Rob Schneider, everybody. Look for him in Big Daddy. Adam Sandler and him out in June. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew and Diane Farr. And Diane Farr. Mahalo.
Love Line is a Stone Stanley production. Yeah. Cool.